Good morning. This is Mike Bebalacqua, the Vice President of the Merrimack Valley Chamber of Commerce. We're here with another virtual member interview with the Merrimack Valley Chamber Means Business Programs interview series. We're here with a very special guest today, Andrew Furman, who is with Furman Insurance and Benefits Group. Andrew, welcome to the show.
Hey, Mike. It's good to see you. Thanks for having me today.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. So I'm going to get started off. I think the name says a little bit what you do, but why don't you tell everyone at home who you are and what it is that Furman Insurance and Benefits Group does.
Yeah, so Mike, after spending my entire career in financial services, many of those years working directly on Wall Street, back in 2017, I decided to start my own insurance and employee benefits practice. So I have two verticals in my business, an employee benefits vertical where I work primarily with voluntary employee benefits, but I also do a lot of medical and dental as well, group life, group disability. And then I have an individual life insurance side of my business where I use life insurance for what we all think of life insurance as, protection, but also for long-term wealth planning, particularly when we talk about tax-free retirement plans.
Perfect. So tell everyone at home how they can find out more and how they can contact you about what you do as well.
Yeah, probably the easiest place is on my website, www.furmaninsurance.com. Pick up the phone and call me too, 978-494-6611. And we're working either virtually, we can sit down, physically distant, in person, whatever my clients, preference is, we respect that 100% of the way. So all my carriers, whether it's on the employee benefits side or the individual side, we have ways that we can work virtually and digitally and process that business.
Perfect. Andy, I also thank you because you offer a number of the Merrimack Valley Chamber members special group benefits. Tell everyone at home a little about that and how they can get more involved with that also, if they're members of the Merrimack Valley Chamber.
Yeah, absolutely. All members of the Merrimack Valley Chamber can access well over 200 different group medical plans as a chamber member. And there are some real awesome benefits that we can really help folks out with putting into that. Outside of cost, I mentioned there's over 200 plans. Outside of cost, the confusion that goes along with just understanding not just the regulatory landscape with medical insurance nowadays, right? That's a whole different call.
Sure.
But what type of coverage and where are the gaps in that coverage? And the gaps in the coverage are really important to understand nowadays. And that's the value that I bring to my clients is I bring the financial planning aspect of my background into what are the coverage levels and how do we make sure that we don't have any gaps, any holes, and if there are, how can we mitigate our financial risk and our health and wealth?
And I think one of the great things about working with you is for your clients and your potential clients is that a lot of people don't know much about this. It's almost a foreign language to them. You help simplify it so they can understand it and make the choice that's right for them, right for their employees, right for their families.
Absolutely. And every situation is different. Depending on your industry, depending on how many employees you have, depending on what the culture of your company is, we want to understand that. We want to help you build the culture for your company, but we also want to help employees have a choice in their plans, in their coverage, and to make sure that employees and their families have the right protection in place that they need. And that's where we marry the two aspects together. We need to be thinking about affordability. We need to make sure we're not, what I say, insurance rich and pay poor. And that's where we work with both the business as well as the individual employee.
Now, Andy, what type of people should be contacting you, and what are some of the key questions they should be asking?
Yeah, really any chamber member. I can work across any type of industry. I can work with sole proprietors all the way up to larger organizations. My sweet spot is somewhere probably in the 30 to 50 employee space. I work with a number of small sole proprietors, businesses with 3 to 5 employees. So it's those smaller employees that really don't have access to a large broker. I am a broker. I work with all the major carriers. The questions they should be asking me, we should be having dialogue. I get a lot of phone calls that people just want a quick quote, and it can be that easy, but it shouldn't be. We should
Sure.
really be sitting down and having a conversation about what are your concerns, what are your needs, what's your past history, what do you look forward looking, what are your health and medical related needs, and really build a plan around that. We don't want to pay. It makes no sense to be insurance rich and pay poor. And what I mean by that is a lot of people want plans with no deductible, but if that doesn't always make sense. So we can take a look at a plan where we can save on the premium with a higher deductible, and there might be some other plans that we can build alongside that protect your out-of-pocket expenses, and where we can save people a lot of money. I'll give a great example. I've got a landscape client. They came to me, a 5-person landscape company. I
Sure.
saved that company $12,000 a year. I saved each employee over $150 a month.
Wow.
We lowered their deductible, and we also gave them some other supplemental plans that help cover their out-of-pocket expenses. And those are the types of things that I can do. This business owner had, just gone out and gotten the coverage on his own, online somewhere or whatnot. And we were able to save him a significant amount of money. I mean, for a landscaper, that's a couple of new lawnmowers.
Yep.
That's you know,
Yeah, for a
so
small business, that can make a difference.
especially right now.
Yep. Now more
Yeah.
than ever, for sure. So, it's amazing. Andy, you've been a member of the Merrimack Valley Chamber, I think about a year, maybe 2 years now. How has being a member benefited you and your business?
Immensely. It's interesting. I always resisted before joining. I resisted joining the chamber, and now that I've joined, it is the best decision I've made in my business. The relationships I've made, the knowledge and the information that I've obtained, and it's not just about going out to members and trying to build my business. It's the relationships that I've made and the assistance that I can provide my clients. When I see my clients struggling with something, um, when I've met a chamber member that can help solve that problem, I look like the hero, and that
Yep.
helps me build my relationship. Going through the past 6 or 7 months with the programs the chamber has put out and the information the chamber has put out about some of the grants and some of the other assistance, some of the legislative, assistance that's out there. Being able to obtain that knowledge and share that knowledge with my clients has been extremely beneficial. So it's not just about going out and networking with people and creating referral relationships. It's about the knowledge and the programs that the chamber has put out that has helped me build my repertoire and my knowledge and my relationships with my clients. It's been, I can't, words can't describe how beneficial being a member of the chamber has been in my business. It's really truly been a extremely positive experience.
Well, we appreciate you having you as a member, Andy. We appreciate all the difference that you're able to make in the Merrimack Valley businesses through healthcare with your employees, with your families. It is a big difference. So thank you very much. Andy, I want you to tell everyone home just how to reach you again and why they should reach you again.
Yeah, reach out to me. I bring a unique financial planning perspective to your coverage and your benefits, both from a business perspective as well as to your individual employees. Best way to get my contact information is just Google Furman Insurance or go directly to my website, www.furmaninsurance.com. Pick up the phone, 978-494-6611.
Perfect. Well, we appreciate you joining us again today for another interview. Thank you again for all the great benefits you offer the members in the Merrimack Valley community, and we look forward to seeing you soon.
Have a great day, Mike. Thank you.
Perfect. And I want to thank you all for joining us for another edition of the Merrimack Valley Chamber Means Business Program. We look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you. It's just ending right now.
Perfect.